Good afternoon to all of you, in particular our graduates, your family and friends. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Professor Cathal Kelly. I'm Chief Executive of RCSI, University of Medicine and Health Sciences. I am delighted to welcome each of you as you join us from RCSI Dublin, RCSI Bahrain and RCSI Dubai to celebrate this virtual conferring ceremony together. The COVID-19 pandemic has created many challenges for our global healthcare systems and providers. From this global pandemic will emerge a new era of healthcare, which will call all our great healthcare leaders and leadership to manage uncertainty effectively and to implement change needed to navigate us through this particularly difficult time. As you graduate today, equipped with the tools, expertise and knowledge to continue on your healthcare management and leadership journeys, you will be challenged, but you will have the opportunity to demonstrate your ability to be innovative in increasingly uncertain healthcare environments. My colleagues and I at RCSI are enormously proud and inspired by the commitment and dedication you have shown in completing your program of studies. You are today's leaders and have the opportunity to make a real and valuable impact worldwide. The RCSI global community join with me today to celebrate your success. Your achievements are a great celebration for us, and we will continue to support and encourage you as you embark on the next phase of your career. We are here today to present you virtually with your degrees and awards of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, University of Medicine and Health Sciences. I will be joined today by colleagues well known to you. Professor Ronan O'Connell, President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Dr. Maurice Manning, Chancellor of the National University of Ireland, Professor Hannah McGee, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at RCSI, Professor John O'Byrne, Director of the Degree of Master in Surgery MCH by Module at RCSI, Dr. Marie Morris, Academic Lead for the Masters in Surgical Science and Practice Programme, Professor David Smith, Director of Healthcare Ethics and Law at RCSI, Ms. Teresa Keane, Programme Director at the Institute of Leadership at RCSI, Professor Francis Horgan, Associate Professor of Physiotherapy at RCSI, Professor Eva Doherty, Director of Human Factors in Patient Safety at RCSI, Ms. Anya Gibbons, Director of Alumni Relations at RCSI. I now declare open the conferring ceremony, and it gives me great pleasure to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at RCSI, Professor Hannah McGee, to lead you in the Graduates' Declaration.
Thank you, Cathal. Hello to each and every one of you joining us for this wonderful occasion. I am so pleased to be here to celebrate you and your achievements. At conferring ceremonies, I am given the great honour to lead the Graduates' Declaration. Today, in the situation we are faced with COVID-19, never has the declaration meant so much to me and to you as healthcare professionals. The RCSI Graduate Declaration, which you'll recite together this afternoon, is a commitment to the highest standards of professionalism and ethical practice in your career as taught during your studies in RCSI. During the reciting of the declaration, the words will appear on screen. I encourage you, from where you are and whoever you are with, to stand and recite this declaration with pride. Listen to and absorb each word you say. It now gives me great pleasure to invite the graduands to stand and recite together with me the following declaration.
I acknowledge my position at the forefront of my field of learning and scholarship.
I understand my responsibility to use this learning to
contribute and lead to my community.
I will maintain the utmost respect for human life.
I will respect the confidential information that is entrusted in me.
I will not permit the derivation of age, disease, or disability,
Creed,
or gender, nationality,
political affiliation, race,
sexual orientation, social standing,
any other factors to interfere with my duties, my choice of profession.
I will not use my professional knowledge to violate human rights.
And civil liberties, even under threat. Our respective partners are cities, those in whose step
and gladly share such knowledge with those that follow.
And I will promote high standards of practice, lifelong education and research in the interest of public health.
I make these promises solemnly, free and unalloyed.
We will now proceed with the presentation of Professional Diploma. I now invite Ms. Teresa Keane, Programme Director at the Institute of Leadership, to introduce the graduates.
Thank you, Carl. I am delighted to be here today to introduce the candidates for the Institute of Leadership programmes. I will now introduce the candidates for the Professional Diploma in Clinical Leadership, Ireland. Salima Boudou Jalali, David Brown, Yvonne Connell, Martin Coogan, Kieran Doherty, Andrew Downey, Lydia Duggan, Deirdre Edgeworth, Shingarai Garikai, Aisling Haughey, Kathy Hayes, Enda Hessian, Geraldine Higgins, Patrick Higgins, Claire McCarthy, Niamh McCarthy, Anne McLaughlin, Caoimhe McLaughlin, Morgan McMonigal, Angela McSweeney, Helen Mohan, Anne-Marie Maloney, Kevin Mulligan, Ruth Murphy, Marina O'Flanagan, Karina O'Sullivan, Sean O'Toole, Deirdre Philbin, Sinead Regan, Siobhan Riley, Siobhan Roach, Carol Stevens, Alan Villaver, Emer Whelan. For the Professional Diploma in Clinical Leadership, Dubai, Maya Abduraji, Muna Al-Mula, Bazantha Lashimi Shangawala, Gada Gadar, Nariman Gadar, Marie Ibrahim, Jassim Issa, Kailash Jezrani, Zahir Kaush, Anisa Majid, Lama Mustafa, Dina Wafadari. That concludes the announcement of Professional Diploma.
For the award of Postgraduate Certificate, I now present you for conferring. Pre honorabilis cancellariae totaque universitas, presento vobis has meas filias et hos meas filios, quos sam tam maribus, quam doctrina habiles et aeneas quae admittor ad certification post baccalaureatum idique tibi fide meo tester expondeo totaque academiae. I now invite Ms. Teresa Keane to introduce the graduates.
I now introduce the candidates for the Postgraduate Certificate, commencing with Healthcare Management. Anisa Hassan. For Leadership, Suzanne Darcy, Patricia McConnell. For Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Nicola Doherty.
For the awarding of Postgraduate Diploma, I now present you for conferring. Pre honorabilis cancellariae totaque universitas, presento vobis has meas filias et hos meas filios, qui camptum moribus, quam doctrinae biles et aeneas quae admittor ad diploma post baccalaureatum idique tibi fide meo tester expondeo totaque academiae. I now invite Ms. Teresa Keane to introduce the graduates.
I now introduce the candidates for Postgraduate Diploma, commencing with Healthcare Management. Rania Abdullah, David Byrne, Dara O'Keefe, Gerard Sheridan. For Postgraduate Diploma in Leadership, Anne Kaur, Ethna Dunhill, Michelle Power. For Postgraduate Diploma in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Catherine Cunningham, Leona Halton, Orla Nolan. We now move on to the Postgraduate Diplomas, that are jointly awarded between the Institute of Leadership RCSI and the Irish Hospice Foundation. For Postgraduate Diploma in Bereavement Studies, Louise O'Dwyer. For Postgraduate Diploma in Loss and Bereavement, Mary Fahy. For Postgraduate Diploma in Loss and Bereavement Counselling, Miriam Mullery. Concludes the announcement of Postgraduate Diplomas.
For the award of Degree of Master of Surgery, MCH, I now present you for conferring. Pre honorabilis cancellariae totique universitas, presento vobis hanc mea filium et hos meus filios, sui can moribus, quam doctrinae biles et aeneas quae admittor, ad graduum magisteriae and chirurgiae, idique tibi fide meo tester expondeo totique academiae. I now invite Professor John O'Byrne to introduce the graduates receiving a degree of Master of Surgery, MCH by module.
Thank you, Cathal. I am delighted to introduce the candidates for degree of Master of Surgery. Mohammed Awais Amir, Emmeline Ashley, Eamon Coveney, Alva Coyle, Sandra Hembrecht, Hannah Hughes, Quinton Jonte, Niall Khan, Joseph McLaughlin, Niall O'Dwyer, Isabel O'Riordan, Sinead Ramjit, Gerard Sexton, Danilo Vukanic, Christopher White. That concludes the announcement of the degree of Master of Surgery, MCH by module. Congratulations to our new graduates.
I now invite Dr. Marie Morris, Academic Lead for Masters in Surgical Science and Practice Programme, to introduce the graduates receiving a degree of Master of Surgery, MCH, in Surgical Science and Practice.
Thank you, Cathal. I'm delighted to be here today for the conferring ceremony, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce the candidates for the Masters of Surgery in Surgical Science and Practice. Wissam Al-Ramli, Gufran Al-Shaikh, Bennett Peter, Serbi Chawla, Lele Jonah, Anisa Nazir, Carl O'Flanagan, Ayushi Rao, Saida Rizvi, and Shen Ing Yi. So that concludes the announcement of the degree of Masters in Surgical Science and Practice. Congratulations to all our new graduates.
For the awarding of the degree of Master of Science, MSc, I now present you for conferring. Pre honorabilis cancellariae totique universitas, presento vobis has meus filios et hos meus filios, qui sanctum moribus, quam doctrinae biles et aeneas quae admittor, ad graduum magisteriae scientiae idique tibi fide meo tester expondeo totique academiae. I now invite Ms. Teresa Keane to introduce the graduates.
I'm delighted to now introduce the candidates for Master of Science. I commence with Healthcare Management Ireland. Suhaila Albani, Fatima Al-Rouili, Ciara Breen, Yvonne Breslin, Suzanne Byrne, Sinead Byrne O'Dwyer, John James Carey, Linda Carroll, Anne-Marie Clark, Susie Clark, Jason Connolly, Emma Cooney, Bianca David, Marguerite Dooley, Mojahid El Badri Ali, Gary Fitzpatrick, Georgia Fleming, Emmett Gleeson, Vincent Goggin, Samah Hassan, Saeed Karam, Anna Keane, Siobhan Lacey, John Lavelle, Daniel Leahy, Siobhan Lovett, Clara McAlinden, Dermot McBriarty, Grace Murphy, Orla O'Keefe, Sean O'Keefe, Robert O'Neill, Sarah O'Sullivan, Gillian Raftery, Martina Rosser, William Ryan, Anita Silvana Yagam, Jeanette Snell, Igor Sorik, Andy Sweeney, Anne Tierney, Lowell Usman, Hester Van Tonder, Louise Vetch, and Lorna Yates. I am delighted to introduce the candidates for the Masters in Healthcare Management at Bahrain. Leila Abdullah Alali, Rabi Abu Leila, Tanzir Ahmed, Mohammed Alam, Sumaya Al-Balushi, Wala Al-Banali, Wasal Al-Fadel, Lucky Baranda, Newton Das, Dalia Hamama, Yazmin Hamama, Mohammed Matar, Khulud Menaizil, Mustafa Muhammad, Huda Saad, Yara Salman, Omar Sharif, Ayat Thabit. I'm delighted to introduce the candidates for the Masters of Healthcare Management, Dubai. Narjis Abu Salah, Ruba Abu Shark, Amal Ahmed, Fatma Al Jassim, Zaina Al Mozen, Yunus Al Shamsi, Amna Al Alili, Khawla Al Balushi, Khawla Al Blushi, Fatma Al Blushi, Aziza Al Blushi, Sama Al Fahmi, Iman Al Fazari, Muna Al Hamadi, Shama Al Mazurki, Arwa Al Mashari, Isa Al Mutawa, Shaha Al Nakbi, Miriam Al Nuimi, Hamda Al Remethi, Sumaya Al Saidi, Fatima Al Sanani, Naima Al Shehi, Mahra Al Suwaidi, Rhea Asaf, Riba Awad, Muhammad Awadala, Nikarika Bambani, Khansa El Toum, Faisal Haj, Ihim Hamdi, Omar Mahana, Rabab Saad, Zainab Sajwani, Muna Sharif, Sahar Wasik, Keith Wilkin, Aya Sarka. For Masters in Leadership, Cleana Blake, Joan Cahill, David Cullum, Anthony Corcoran, Claire Crowley, Anya Davern, David Delahunty, Gareth Dooley, Adele Dunn, Tanya Francisa, Monica Griffin, Kieran Hennigan, Susan Hogan, Sarah Hume, Helena Keegan, Louisa Kelly, Catherine Kennedy, John Kirby, Amy Loughlin, Andrew Lynch, Idel Markin, Claire McAleer, Alan MacDonald, Christine McAvoy, Laura Mulqueen, Eric O'Flynn, Grace Reedy, Hami Sadi, Georgina Sliney McCormick, Ruth Ty, John Toomey. I'm delighted to introduce the candidates for the Masters in Leadership in Health Professions Education, Paul O'Hara. I'm delighted to introduce the candidates for the Masters in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Ireland, Irshad Badaruddin, Nora Carney, Anya Daly, Teresa Garahy, Brian Hayes, Linda Kyo, Nuruddin Kunamal, Teresa McCarthy, Geraldine McMahon, Colette McSweeney, Mary O'Gorman, Laura O'Keefe, Caroline O'Neill, Martina Sherry, Claire Smart, Samir Valapil, Heather Wilson. I'm delighted to introduce the candidates for the Masters in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Bahrain, Esmat Abdelhadi, Fatima Abdullah, Fatima Abdullah, Noura Al-Assam, Batul Al-Awi, Bushra Al-Marhibi, Zamzam Hashimi, Menatala Masood, Entisar Musaid. I'm delighted to introduce the candidates for Masters in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Dubai, Inez Al-Khatib, Nadia Al-Shamsi, Afnan Al-Hamadi, Nada Al-Hamiri, Metha Al-Jaberi, Abrar Al-Janebi, Fatima Al-Mazuri, Khulud Al-Mazuri, Miriam Al-Nuaimi, Khalud Al-Ramethi, Kadia Al-Rawahi, Mona Al-Yamahi, Sharifa Fauzi, Isra Habal, Nihad Hashim, Leila Hassan, Marwa Mustafa, Priya Padmanabhan, Sungsu Park, Obida Katuni. We now move on to the Masters of Sciences Awards that are jointly awarded between the Institute of Leadership, RCSI, and the Irish Hospice Foundation. I now introduce the candidate for Bereavement Studies, Roisin Palmer. For Masters in Loss and Bereavement, Linda Cannard, Eric Clark. For Masters in Loss and Bereavement Counselling, Felix Sheridan. That concludes the announcement of the degree of Masters of Science Awards from the Institute of Leadership and the joint awards with the Irish Hospice Foundation.
Hello, and a very warm congratulations to everybody who's graduating today at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. I'd particularly like to pay a tribute to our students who are graduating with the Postgraduate Diploma or MSc Bereavement Studies, and those who are graduating with the MSc Loss and Bereavement. Congratulations. Your field of study is something that's fundamental to life, but not one that we always acknowledge, and that's loss and grief. So through your learning, through your reflection, through your research, and through your actions, you are thoroughly equipped to be in the world and be a resource to this changed world. I think a lot of the changes that have come about since March are characterised by loss, and I'm very proud and pleased that you all will be out there as a resource to your colleagues, to the people that you work with and for, and the people that you serve. I wish you well on behalf of the Irish Hospice Foundation in your mission to support coping. Go well, and congratulations.
I now invite Professor David Smith, Director of Healthcare Ethics and Law at RCSI, to introduce the names of our new graduates receiving the degree of Master of Science, MSc, in Healthcare Ethics and Law.
Thank you, Cathal. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to introduce the new candidates for Healthcare Ethics and Law. Jennifer Banks, Frank Brady, Fionnuala Branagh, Daniel Cleary, Orla Donoghue, Niamh Duggan, Hazel Ellis, Susan Kennelly, Mary Ann Larkin, Marie Lynch, Jean McCarthy, Louise Mead, Bridget Ann Merrigan, Aoife Murray, Jacinta Nisord, Denise Ryan, Karen Sutton. That concludes the announcement for the MSc Healthcare Ethics and Law. Congratulations to our new graduates.
I now invite Professor Eva Doherty, Director of Human Factors and Patient Safety at RCSI, to introduce the names of new graduates receiving the degree of Master of Science, MSc, in Human Factors and Patient Safety.
Thank you, Cathal. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the candidates for the Masters in Human Factors in Patient Safety. Graham Devine, Mark Doyle, Yvonne Higgins, Deirdre McCoy, Thomas O'Hare, Anne-Marie Phillips, and Jenny Porter. That concludes the announcement for the Masters in Human Factors and Patient Safety. Congratulations to all our new graduates.
I now invite Professor Francis Horgan, Associate Professor of Physiotherapy, to introduce the names of our new graduates receiving the degree of Master of Science, MSc, in Urology and Gerontology.
Thank you, Cathal. I am delighted to be here today to introduce the candidates. Kate Curtin, Catherine Gavin, Claire Griffin, Marie Keegan, Michael Kelleher, Fiona Kennedy, Louise McCarran, Lee Pellow. That concludes the announcement for MSc in Urology and Gerontology. Congratulations to each of you.
Hello all, and congratulations to each and every one of you on arriving here today for your conferring. As a former student of the RCSI myself, I know the hard work and dedication that you've put into this journey to get here today, and again, well done. From my experience, what you've learned in this journey is only the foundation that will allow you to progress through your career, whatever that may be, with an open mind, greater understanding, and more self-confidence. Again, well done, and I wish you the very best in your career pathway going forward. And I'd also like to congratulate the students from Bahrain and Dubai on this achievement.
That concludes the award of degrees and licentiates. I now invite you from all around the world to join me in offering a round of applause to the class of 2020. At this point, we now proceed to the conferring of the award of Honorary Doctorate of RCSI, University of Medicine and Health Sciences. RCSI established an annual doctorate award in 2011 to recognise excellence and to provide an inspiration to you, our students, on your graduation day. The awardees are exceptional people who've made a difference to the world through education, research or service. We at RCSI believe that you, our graduates today, will also make a difference for good in the world. And we want, through hearing their words, to inspire and to challenge you on this special day to make a difference. Today we confer the award of Honorary Doctorate on Dr. Richard Horton, Editor-in-Chief of the international medical journal, The Lancet. Dr. Horton has shown great leadership in his stewardship of this journal through many health crises, and I am delighted to welcome Dr. Horton virtually to this special event. The doctorate will be conferred by the President of RCSI, Professor Ronan O'Connell. But now, it gives me great pleasure to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at RCSI, Professor Hannah McGee, to formally introduce the Honorary Doctorate awardee, Dr. Richard Horton.
President, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our candidate for the RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences Honorary Doctoral Award, Dr. Richard Horton. Dr. Richard Horton is a physician, graduating with honours from the University of Birmingham in 1986. He has been Editor-in-Chief of The Lancet since 1995. He joined The Lancet in 1990 as Assistant Editor, moving to New York as North American Editor in 1993, before his appointment as Editor-in-Chief in 1995. So this year marks Dr. Horton's 25th year in charge of what has been described as the world's leading independent general medical journal. The Lancet was founded in 1823 by Thomas Wakeley, and while it has advanced to encompass a number of journals, it has always held, and under Dr. Horton's leadership continues to hold, the belief that medicine must serve society, that knowledge must transform society, and that the best science must lead to better lives. Indeed, Dr. Horton's career and significant contribution to that belief is very evident in the many other leadership roles he has held. He was the first president of the World Association of Medical Educators from 1995 to 2004, and is past president of the US Council of Science Educators. He's a founding fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences. From 2011 to 2015, he was co-chair of the United Nations Independent Expert Review Group on Information and Accountability for Women's and Children's Health. In 2011, he was elected a Foreign Associate of the US Institute of Medicine. In 2016, he chaired the expert group for the High-Level Commission on Health, Employment and Economic Growth, convened by President Hollande of France and President Zuma of South Africa. Dr. Horton has written 2 reports for the Royal College of Physicians of London, entitled Doctors in Society in 2005 and Innovating for Health in 2009. He wrote Health Wars in 2003 about contemporary issues in medicine and health. Among other contributions, he has written regularly for the New York Review of Books and the Times Literary Supplement. He has a strong interest in global health and medicine's contribution to our wider culture, and he works to develop the idea of planetary health, the health of human civilizations, and the ecosystems on which they depend. Dr. Horton brings influence to move thinking, policy and practice. Close to RCSI's focus, the Lancet Commission on Global Surgery, reporting in 2010, brought fresh thinking and galvanised senior academic and practitioner voices, among them some of our own RCSI colleagues, to catalyse new ways of addressing deficits in access to surgery worldwide. In recent months, a similar Lancet Commission on COVID-19 has been established to galvanise international expertise to help address the global pandemic we face collectively. Dr. Horton himself has put pen to paper, and his most recent book is called COVID-19 Catastrophe: What's Gone Wrong and How to Stop It Happening Again. In it, he explores the global response to the COVID-19 pandemic, calling it the greatest science policy failure in a generation. He outlines how the world needs to learn from this pandemic and to ensure robust measures are put in place for the next pandemic. Over the course of his career, Dr. Horton has received many accolades. In 2007, he received the Edinburgh Medal, an award given to those whose professional achievements have made a significant contribution to the understanding and well-being of humanity. In 2009, he was awarded the Dean's Medal from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, the school's highest honour, recognising individuals who have made a significant difference to the field of public health. In 2015, he received the Friendship Award from the Government of China, China's top honour for non-nationals who make a substantial contribution to their country's development. In 2019, he received the World Health Organization Director General's Health Leaders Award for outstanding leadership in global health. Also in 2019, he received the Rue Prize, a Foundation Achievement Award in Population Health for his accomplishments as one of the world's most committed, articulate and influential advocates for population health. Dr. Horton, we in RCSI are pleased to join such an impressive list of those who have already acknowledged your exceptional contribution to our combined endeavours in the interests of human health. We are delighted that you are joining our virtual conferring ceremony today. We are very proud that you, as a most worthy candidate, have joined our graduation ceremony to accept the highest academic award of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, University of Medicine and Health Sciences, the Honorary Doctorate in Science. I now invite the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland to make the award.
By virtue of my office of President, it gives me great pleasure to award Richard Horton with the Honorary Doctorate of RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences.
It now gives me great pleasure to invite the 2020 RCSI Honorary Doctorate, Dr. Richard Horton, to address our graduates, colleagues, family and friends.
Hello, I am so pleased to be with you, but also so sorry to not actually be with you. First, I want to thank you for the award of this honorary doctorate. I feel as if you've invited me in to join your family, and I so very much look forward to the day when I can actually be with you in person. But today is most importantly about the new graduates. So congratulations to you for your success, and what a moment it is to have achieved your success. It is an historic time. What have we seen this year, the year of COVID-19? We've seen extraordinary cooperation. I've never seen cooperation around the world like I've seen it this year. A common purpose to address this human predicament. Beginning in China, in January, we were contacted by a group of spectacular Chinese physicians and scientists who wanted to tell their story to the world, to warn the world, to send a signal of alarm so that countries could prepare and be ready for what they were going through. We didn't pay heed fast enough to the lessons that they were sending us, but this spirit of solidarity that came from their work has suffused the planet, and this epistemic community of medicine, of health, really has been inspiring to observe. We've seen that medicine is a central part of our culture in ways that we've never seen it before. We've seen the contribution that health workers have made across not just our nation, but across the world. And there has been, as a result, a redistribution of esteem. We now, I think, have come to value the contribution that not just health workers, but key workers of all kind have made. Those who work in our food stores, who keep our schools open for our children, who keep our trains and buses working. If it wasn't for their contribution, for your contribution on the front lines of our health system, then our societies truly would have ground to a halt. I think we now recognise that fact. But this pandemic has also been a moral provocation. It's like we've held a mirror up to our society, and we've really seen who we are. We've seen who are the most vulnerable, the people who live towards the bottom of the social gradient, our older citizens, often shut away in care homes, people living with chronic illness, Black, Asian, minority, ethnic communities, women who've, under lockdown, had to suffer higher, sometimes much higher, rates of intimate partner violence, our children who've sometimes not been able to go to school. This mirror that we've held up to really see the fractures and fragmentations in our society, we must never forget what we've seen in that mirror. We can never walk away now and forget what we have seen. There truly is an ethics of memory, a moral dimension to what has been revealed to us, which means that we now have an obligation to act. You are that memory. You hold that possibility of learning those lessons and holding future society to a higher level of accountability, a higher mission, a more dramatic vision of what we can achieve as a species. You can hold a light to illuminate the new truths that we have discovered about ourselves. You truly are the best of us, and I wish you well. So thank you to the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Thank you to the Chief Executive and Registrar of the College, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, the Chancellor and Registrar of NUI, and the distinguished faculty, and most importantly you, the College 2020 graduates. Thank you.
I would like to add my congratulations to everyone being conferred today from Bahrain, Dubai, and Dublin. Across the university, faculty and staff cannot tell you often enough how truly proud we are of you and your achievements. In a year like no other, healthcare professionals like you have never been more critical and important in our healthcare systems. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter in your relationship with us as an alumna or alumnus of RCSI. As you celebrate your immense achievement, I urge you to take a moment to imagine the possibilities that are open to you as you take the next step on your career journey. At your future reunions, we will speak of the incredible resilience and courage asked of the class of 2020, and we will celebrate the fulfillment of your dreams too. It is my pleasure to welcome you now as new members to our alumni community of 21,000 healthcare professionals over 97 countries of the world. We look forward to keeping in touch with you, sharing your progress with faculty and mentors, and most importantly, keeping you in touch with each other, your RCSI family. For now, it's farewell, but it's not goodbye. My congratulations again.
Registrar, Dean, Programme Directors, academic colleagues, graduates, family members, friends and supporters, and all those watching this cyber graduation ceremony. As RCSI President, I wish to be among the first to offer my sincere congratulations to all new graduates of the RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences. I'm so sorry that I cannot greet you all individually on this most important of days. I hope that you will be able to celebrate with those close to you, and that as social distancing restrictions ease, formal convocation will be possible in the not too distant future. I want to pay tribute to you, our new graduates, to your teachers and mentors, and to the staff of RCSI Student Academic and Regulatory Affairs, SARA, for the successful completion of your studies. culminating in graduation today. Never has there been a more challenging time to work in the healthcare workforce. You have coped with the stresses of your workplace, social distancing, disrupted timetables, and altered examination formats. You have supported each other. All of us in RCSI are extremely proud of you. Today we celebrate the award of postgraduate certificates, diplomas and master's degrees in healthcare management, leadership, quality and safety, loss and bereavement, ethics and law, human factors in patient safety, and neurology and gerontology, subjects of the utmost importance as we strive for quality assurance, value, and equitable access across the most complex of systems. Congratulations to all our graduates from the Institute of Leadership here in Dublin and from our campuses in Bahrain and Dubai. I thank my colleagues for the enormous amount of work needed to provide such a portfolio of important and interesting programs. A special thanks goes to Ms. Teresa Keane as she completes her final year as Programme Director with the Institute of Leadership and will retire next year after 39 years in RCSI. Congratulations to our graduates receiving the MSc in Healthcare Ethics and Law, Human Factors and Patient Safety, and Neurology and Gerontology. My thanks to Professor David Smith, Professor Eva Doherty, Professor Francis Horgan, and their colleagues in their role in delivering these important programs. I congratulate our new graduates with the degree of Master of Surgery by module and thank Professor John O'Byrne and his colleagues on your behalf. Surgery is a craft and also a science. Few surgeons can follow our basic science colleagues into the depths of biomolecular medicine. However, all surgeons must be aware of technical innovation, patient safety, and quality outcomes. The discipline and rigor that you will have acquired will stand to you in your future careers. I'm delighted to greet our new graduates from the new Masters of Surgery in Surgical Science and Practice program. I hope the knowledge you will have acquired will enhance your career opportunities either here in Ireland or overseas. I congratulate Professor Oscar Traynor, Dr. Marie Morris and their colleagues on delivering this intensive program during such difficult times. The award of university status to RCSI earlier this year and our esteemed position in the Times Higher University rankings is in no small way reflective of the very high quality of our research ambition and scientific outputs. Today, RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences awards its highest accolade to one of the true leaders of medical scholarship in these islands, Dr. Richard Horton, Editor-in-Chief of the Lancet. Dr. Horton follows a long line of esteemed editors since Thomas Wakeley, a surgeon no less, who opined in 1823 when he first published the Lancet. A lancet can be an arched window to let in the light, or it can be a sharp surgical instrument to cut out the dross. I intend to use it in both senses. Richard Horton has done both, but he has also challenged what he saw was the poor science of most surgical research. Word of mouth and anecdotal reference do not advance surgical science or technique. Those with ruffled feathers soon realized the wisdom of his observation. Thanks also to his vision, we now have the Lancet commissions on major healthcare challenges, global surgery and sepsis being two of great importance to surgeons. I hope that when travel restrictions allow, Dr. Horton will be able to visit us and celebrate this award of an honorary doctorate in a more traditional manner. It remains for me to wish you all well in your future careers, to join with you in thanking your partners, parents, families, and friends in supporting you through your studies. For those of you leaving Ireland to embark on professional careers abroad, we wish you safe travel and hope that you leave with fond memories.
As Chancellor of the National University of Ireland, I'm delighted to take part in this conferring ceremony and to welcome you, the university's newest postgraduates. Like all of the other RCSI ceremonies this week and all the other conferrings throughout Ireland this year, this ceremony has had to be virtual, which I know is disappointing to you all. While just now the omens are not promising, we hope we won't have too long to wait until there can be a proper celebration. If this ceremony is virtual, we are very pleased here to give public endorsement to your individual and collective achievements at postgraduate level. We recognise and value highly the academic work that you have completed at advanced levels in RCSI and the strengthening in your knowledge and expertise that has resulted from it. We celebrate the new knowledge that you have created across a whole range of areas. We acknowledge that you are now ready to use that knowledge and expertise in your professional lives to the tremendous benefit of our hospitals, hospices, and other care settings in the community. To have completed your postgraduate studies in 2020 has been quite a challenge. Your studies have been disrupted. You haven't had the same access to facilities and supports that previous students would have taken for granted, and you have experienced difficulties unparalleled in our lifetime. Yet, through determination, tenacity, and resilience, you have managed to overcome the obstacles placed in your way. You have succeeded, and I hope you will start to reap the rewards from today onwards. Of course, in congratulating you, I must also pay tribute to all in RCSI who have contributed to your success. At this ceremony, it is appropriate to single out the Dean of Postgraduate Studies for the tremendous advances made by RCSI at postgraduate level. This has made no small contribution to the official designation of RCSI as a medical and health sciences university. The National University of Ireland is pleased to have RCSI as a member of the university. We are delighted that its excellence has been recognised in the granting of university status. My very best wishes to all of you who are graduating in this ceremony. I wish you all personal and professional fulfilment, good health and good luck.
Today is a joyous and momentous occasion for all of you. Your family and friends, together with my colleagues in RCSI Dublin, Bahrain and Dubai, are so proud and inspired by all of you. You should be immensely proud of yourselves, because all of us at RCSI certainly are proud of you. On behalf of myself and all my colleagues at RCSI, I offer you heartfelt congratulations and wish you well as you embark on the next phase of your career. Please keep in touch, and we all look forward to welcoming you back in the future. RCSI will always be here for you.